So
How do we
I,
start with this?
huh?
How do we start with this one? This is just unfathomable. This is just
Yeah,
like I cannot believe this.
this is totally crazy. But as we're gonna see, it's not that crazy because you're we're gonna find. Um, this has a lot of support. I mean, you can see it in the image that it has a lot of support, but it's really weird because you I think of Germany as a very socially progressive country, and unfortunately they do have pockets of regression. That's the only way I'm going to refer to this kind of stuff. They do have pockets of regressiveness or whatever you want to call it
You're
within
the
the country.
opposite of progressive. Regressive.
Regressive, right? But that's what I call this. Look at none of these people are wearing masks. None of these people are wearing masks.
Just isn't it like I don't know. I'm not gonna even try to. I mean, I try to be like to understand and be empathetic about what's going on, but like if you don't wear a mask, you're 80. If you're 80%, no, if you don't wear a mask, you're basically inviting the coronavirus in, like, and to not just you're spreading it. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah,
I, I'm
it's it's
I've,
it's
I'm
horrible.
seeing videos. Have you seen the video where the lady like made up some bullshit? Some people made up some bullshit agency and are going up to essential
Oh, the
workers in like grocery
FTBA, the
stores.
Freedom to Breathe Agency
Treating
or whatever. Yeah, and
what?
she's just like, you do know that we can come after you legally. And it's completely illegal, by the way, to impersonate a federal agent.
Unbelievable.
But she's still
Unbe-
doing it. And
you have to get up. You have to print out forms or whatever the crap. You have to go to a supermarket and then you have to talk to a person. Have you no shame? Like,
right. It's the same people who are printing out those. No, by the way, the answer to your question is no, there's no shame. But it's the same thing as those people who were printing out those cards that said, like, I do not have to wear a mask. So if you ask me to wear a mask, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, bro, the coronavirus doesn't care whether or not you have a card, unless that card is covering your face. Then,
I, I, I'm in some kind of
sorry?
hey, I don't. That would be great. Just wear the
Yeah,
card on
just
your
wear the
face.
card. There you
Yeah,
go.
that's
No,
the
there's
idea.
no problem here.
Um, I'm trying to be like in the trying to understand the logic there. Um, that these people are basically protesting the virus,
You're right. Right.
like, which is
When
like,
it comes
yeah,
down
we're
to it.
all like protesting the virus,
Well,
or they're protesting. No, they're
they're
not. No.
protesting the government and
Oh, I see. Well,
their
I mean,
actions related to the virus, right? But the German government has done one of the most progressive things. They've taken over the payroll of the country so that so that they've I think they only suffered a 1% what's it called? Dip in employment. So I
yeah,
think there was only a 1% increase in unemployment as a result of the coronavirus in Germany because they immediately stepped in and subsidized everyone's payrolls.
yeah.
And so it
They
was
did
a
a lot.
very intelligent response.
They did a lot with schools too. We slowly brought them in the younger grades. I'm not sure if they opened up the younger grades. Well, they obviously their numbers are way lower than ours, but the number grades for a while, like the pre-K up to three, they didn't open them, and they have like the 6 feet rule. I think
Yeah.
I don't remember what my friend was telling me, but I think they were had the hats, the 6 feet hats. I don't quote me on that, but like
Oh, okay, okay.
they, like they did want to open schools, but they were doing it gradually. Like it just sounded like it was a better plan. Yeah, and the UBI is just like a no brainer at this point. Like it's worked in
Right.
all these other
Is
countries.
yeah,
New
absolutely.
Zealand's fucking relaxing.
Right. Yeah, New Zealand has had
I mean,
100 days without a community spread of the coronavirus.
maybe
Like,
not relaxing, but like I don't know. You go eat a restaurant now.
well, at least the citizenry can relax. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like they don't have to worry so much. I'm sure
Yeah.
everyone in the world is going to be panicked by this for the next year. There's no question.
Oh,
Everyone's gonna be panicking about this for the next year. Even if the
antivirus or
virus is
whatever.
completely gone for 2 months, people are still gonna, because the post traumatic stress disorder, the
Oh
anxiety, the
yeah.
depression, the loss of jobs, the loss of people are getting evicted right now. I just saw a video today of a woman getting evicted, and she was in the hospital for like the last month. They still came to her home and they evicted her.
I saw that. Yeah,
It's freaking horrible, dude. And
you
the
know,
response from a lot of people in this country is like, well, you should have paid your mortgage. How could she have paid her mortgage? She was in the hospital. She wasn't able to work. And then
but it's
she
very easy to just have a law against this crap. Like I don't say
absolutely,
very
you
easy.
just cancel rent or you cancel mortgages, and then the government can still come and, or the not the government, I'm sorry, banks can still come and collect later on, but the banks don't want that. You know what the banks want? They want the homes. They want to kick people out of their homes so they can have the homes and then they can sell those homes to people. And who are they going to sell them to? I don't know,
No.
but it's going to be a fire sale. But the banks are going to make a lot of money off of it. What's crazy to me is they were already making money off of these homes. They're
Yeah.
already collecting interest on these homes. Now they get to just collect the home itself. It's like, oh, you weren't able to pay for 30 years? I'll take the rest of your property.
Unbelievable.
It's just
I heard
this is
some
crazy.
good
I mean,
ideas are
but
coming
the
out of
thing is,
this,
man,
like
it's just these
taxing
political
empty.
parties, the Democratic Party and the Republican Party in this country, they're completely evil, bro. This is all by design.
I completely agree. Yeah, it's totally. I mean, just thoughts and prayers, my ass. You know, you
Yeah,
keep
right,
saying thoughts and prayers. I'm
right,
just like, you can actually
exactly,
do something. You do know that you're like intentionally not doing something.
exactly.
I mean, but I'm just gonna say, like, there's a lot of good ideas that come out of this kind of stuff. Just because you realize how many problems there are, and you come up with solutions, like tax vacant homes vacant over 9 months,
I hear you, man,
like stuff like that. That
but
sounds like
like,
a great idea.
why did it have to get here? You know,
I just,
because I've been yelling about a lot of these things for a while, and people were just like, la di da di da, my life's great, and now everything's horrible, and a lot of people want to pretend like they were on top of this. No, you weren't. I wasn't even on top of all of it. I'm just
oh
saying
yeah, I wasn't anywhere
nobody
near.
really
No.
was. No matter how much we complained about it, I mean, I didn't even learn about what Barack Obama had done back in 2000 and the end of 2011 until uh, what's it called? Like maybe a year or 2 years ago. I only
Yeah,
learned
yeah.
about that like 2 years ago. That indefinite detention. They don't have to. They don't have to like really arrest you. They can just detain you, and you're just call you a terrorist. I mean, we're seeing it happen right now in the United States, and it's going to
And
start
you really,
becoming normal. This type of activity by the federal government is going to start becoming normal.
this stuff is really like obvious where the media's priorities are too. And like where they want the outrage to happen, where they don't want it to happen. It's just stupid.
It's very stupid.
What else? What's up with these? Speaking of stupid,
Yeah, let's
um,
move on. So anyway, we like I don't even think we gave we talked about what this is about. So thousands protest in Berlin against coronavirus restrictions. So in Berlin, thousands protested Germany's coronavirus restrictions Saturday in a Berlin demonstration that insisted, quote, the end of the pandemic has arrived. A declaration that comes just as authorities are voicing increasing concerns about an uptick in new infections. With few masks in sight, a dense crowd marched through downtown Berlin from the Brandenburg Gate.
yeah,
Protesters who came from across the country held up homemade signs with slogans like Corona, false alarm, we are being forced to wear a muzzle, national natural defense instead of vaccination, and we are the second wave. So,
I really wish we got like instead of like sneeze into your elbow, we got masks first.
oh my God.
Like I wish it was more of a culture thing.
Yeah, I mean, you go there are a handful of cultures out there who've already figured it out that masks are the way to go. Like if you're sick, wear a mask because it's a big barrier in front of your face that you can use. It's like it doesn't even how does it not make sense to people? It's not a muzzle.
I wish I knew. I would. I actually haven't. I don't know anybody who's against it, which is surprising. Um, Even like the
I know one
pro-Trump people
person.
are for it, are for masks. So I'm very curious how it makes sense. I mean, these people are. There's some angle here where they think it's over, which doesn't make any sense either. Actually, it's still people with coronavirus.
I also think it's
Ah,
strange that these people are saying natural defense instead of vaccination.
that's that's
That's
BS.
very much like natural selection. Let's let natural
It's
selection run its course.
no, that's
No,
no.
humans have come to a point where we no longer want natural selection to run its course. We want to be able to help people so that people can select when they die. That is the purpose of humanity. That is why humans evolved to this point. That's why we created medicine. That's why our medical technologies. That's why we've created education systems. It's so that people can run their lives without the fear of suddenly dying or being eaten. Anyway, the article goes on. They chanted, "We're here and we're loud because we are being robbed of our freedom." It's just stupid. Police use bullhorns to chide participants to adhere to social distancing rules and to wear masks, apparently with little success. They tweeted that they drew up a criminal complaint against the rally's organizer for failing to enforce hygiene rules, then said shortly afterward that the organizer had ended the march.
Wow.
Police estimated about 17,000 people turned out. It's a lot of people. The demonstrators were kept apart from counter protesters, some of whom chanted Nazis out. So, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole, but
I mean,
well, we're actually gonna touch on it a little bit.
okay, we got
Um,
okay.
Protests against antivirus restrictions in Germany have drawn a variety of attendees, including conspiracy theorists and right-wing populists. So, a lot of parallels there between the United States and Germany.
At least it's
Unfortunately,
diverse.
sorry.
At least it's diverse. Got conspiracy theorists and right wing populists.
Right. Oh yeah, there's no overlap in that Venn
Yeah,
diagram. I saw not at all. Uh, Unlike the U.S., Brazil, and Britain, Germany's government has been praised worldwide for its management of the pandemic. The country's death toll, just over 9,150 people out of more than 210,670 confirmed cases as of Saturday, is 5 times less than Britain's, which has a smaller population. So this article was about 2 weeks ago, just for reference. The German government has been easing lockdown measures since late April, but social distancing rules remain, as does a requirement to wear masks on public transit and in shops.
uh,
People around the world are like, "Great job, Germany," and these people are like, "No, I refuse to believe we did a great job." Like, you're alive, you're doing great. Like, it's
we
really crazy
really,
to me.
we really got to get somebody on the show that doesn't want to wear a mask.
Yeah, we want to interview someone that doesn't want to wear a mask.
I would love to.
Oh my God, you're getting the itch. I saw. You're getting that.
I, I maybe I'm allowed to talk. Maybe once it starts, I'd be like, wear a mask, wear a mask.
Start yelling at them. Shut up. Wear a mask. It's like something we could do that. I'd be happy to just start shouting at people. I'm been feeling like I need to start shouting at more people anyway. So it might be therapeutic for us. So
No, we are calm, collected. We are
Sorry.
not. We do not shout opinions. Well, depending. Yeah, maybe mine. I shouldn't go down that road.
So the article continues. Thousands of hashtag COVIDiots are celebrating themselves in Berlin as, quote, the second wave without distancing, without masks, tweeted Saskia Esken, a co leader of the Social Democrats, the junior party in Germany's governing coalition. They are not just endangering our health, they are endangering our success against the pandemic and for the revival of the economy, education, and society. Irresponsible. I love when people add. I'm not trying to make a comparison here, but I love when people add the last word at the end of their whole thought just to explain, right? So you see Donald Trump doing that all the time where he adds the word sad at the end of
Yeah.
his like whole thought. This is very strange. I've started doing it too. Anyway, it's just that I'm gonna cut that out of the podcast. So maybe I won't. Anyway,
Don't be a Khalid idiot.
yeah, the Khalid idiot part of the or the Khalid idiot, whatever you want to call it, part of the podcast. So uh, in 2018 polls, the polling results, you can see that the AFD party had actually taken over the SPD. So the SPD party was the one that she was referring to back here, the Social Democrats.
Mm.
And the AFD party is a far right wing anti Muslim party in Germany. And they are the quote Nazis that that we see here in marching in this. This is mainly the
Mm.
AFD party marching here in this. And they actually overtook the SPD party for second place in the country in polling in 2018, which is not good in my opinion.
No,
Um,
no, it's pretty bad.
because the last time a far right wing party in Germany, took the helm in government, bad things happened, and so
Oh, okay.
nothing to read into there, right?
Yeah, it's
And then
yeah. It's
and then
not
the
gonna.
CDU,
Too
which
bad.
is the conservative Democrat, that's the Angela Merkel's party
Mm.
at 26%. But now you have the AFD taking over the second place spot in the country as of 2018. But here's the
Did you?
interesting thing. That trend continued over 2 years. That trend continued where the AFD had overtaken, uh, and then they started dipping over. They started coming back, and it was kind of a tight race between the AFD and the SPD, as you can see over
Yeah.
here, until the COVID-19 crisis. The SPD and the AFD broke into separate paths, and so you can see right here the AFD lost a significant amount of support as a result of the COVID 19 crisis beginning. And of course, the popularity of Angela Merkel's
Yeah.
party went way up because of their handling of the COVID 19 crisis. So, good government really does lead to good turnouts for the party. And I really do believe in Angela Merkel. I really think she's an outstanding leader. And unfortunately,
Ah,
you also see a dip in the Green Party here as a
the
result
Green
of COVID
Party's doing
19,
really
but
good
it's.
in Germany.
Sorry?
Look at them. They're doing great.
No, they're doing at 18% is really good, but I'm saying you see a dip as well
Yeah, yeah,
as a
yeah.
result of COVID-19. So, but the Social Democrat Party went up, which was good as a result of this, and you have at least a little bit. Well, it might just be level, but it didn't take a dip, so that's good. And then the Green Party took a significant dip, and then the AFD took a dip as well. So
Yeah.
that's I don't know what the LINKE party is or the FDP party are, but this is a very interesting trend in Germany of what's going on. So hopefully this trend continues and we see that AFD number continue to decline, and we see the CDU party. We hope that that stays stable because we think they're taking the right measures here.
We'll see. I'm
Um,
not sure about all the policies that are going on.
yeah, German politics isn't something that I'm very well kept on. I just found these like interesting charts, and I
Hey,
just wanted to kind of
yeah.
bring them
When
up.
it comes to no, this is pretty good. But when it comes to like this is great when it comes to respect to COVID. Um, because of, I mean, obviously, like it's gonna polarize a lot of stuff. I'm glad it's polarized to like, hey, let's do some good shit.
Right. It's a frightening thing to think about that governments want bad things to happen so that they can do good things. You know what I mean? But
I
it's
mean,
not some. But it's not what you're saying. I know that's not what you're
yeah,
saying.
no,
I
I'm not.
just
I'm saying, yeah, let's
what
totally
I think
use
about.
COVID so we can introduce leftism or like make it more popular or whatever. No, no,
Right,
no.
right.
I'm saying like when shit hits the fan, you need some good people, leaders, and then like you need somebody to take care of the mess. And
Yeah,
then
no,
like
totally, totally.
somebody's responsible for taking care of the mess, then you get more people supporting the responsible person, which is great.
Right. Uh, man. Well, I wish the United States would take a page out of Germany's book here, which is something I never thought I'd say. But
That would mean that the government would have to read, dude.
oh my god.
I don't think Trump's opening any books.
Ay ay ay. Hang on one second. I'm just trying to pull something else up here. There we go. Sorry. Uh, man. So anyway, I think we should probably end it there for the day. Because the next stuff I'm gonna stop the recording.
Okay.